So first things first, we're going to take out the trigger assembly. You're going to want to flip the gun upside down, and that little hole right here on the back, you are going to want to put a screwdriver through that. Sometimes you'll need to pull backwards and then up, but mine's pretty easy on this one. Pops right out. Use a little force if you need it, but this one's easy. Trigger assembly pops right out like that. Now that your trigger assembly's out, usually you bump the stock and the rest of your barrel will follow, like so. And there you go. So next we have our follower rod. This rod right here. It comes right here and it has a little pressure on it, but you want to pull it out and pull this entire spring out. So next you're going to want to take out this follower rod pin right here. Get something small, push through the side. After removing the pin, you can disassemble all the other internal mechanisms. They'll slide right out pretty easily. All right, next we're going to take the op rod out. This is one of the trickier parts. There is a small notch right here. When you slide it back to that notch, you will pull it upward and then it'll pop out and you'll pull it out. It's a little tricky. That, to me, it's the trickiest part. Now that the op rod is out, you should be able to remove your bolt assembly pretty easily. Comes right out. The final piece of the puzzle will be removing the gas cylinder. It has a Phillips looking head right here. You just unscrew it. Sometimes you have to give some soft taps on the sight to get it to pop out. Once you're done cleaning, we're going to put it back together. You're going to put the front end guard on first. And then shortly after that, we're going to put the gas assembly on. And now we're going to put our cap on and then our screw for the gas assembly. It's threaded. It'll go like this. It's really only one way it can go on. Next, we're going to place the bolt back in. The bolt carrier is a little tricky. You have to kind of put it at an angle and play around with it to slide it in, like so. It should be good to go. Once you get your bolt in there, you're going to want to slide your bolt all the way to the rear position. Twist the barrel down, and you want to put your op rod in next. I like to slide it in like so with it upside down. Roll it over the top. And it will go back into that notch, similar to how we did it before. It's a little tricky, but it slaps right into that notch. And it should mechanize just like that, and the bolt should snap like that. So your op rod catches next. It looks like this, and there's this little baby notch that it sits on. Let's get a closer look. It's that notch right there. That is what it goes up underneath. Like so. Okay, next is your bullet guide, and is this piece, and this part is going to go under the V right here, and I'll show you very quick. Like so. Lining up the hole, and just make sure that that is still underneath the notch. So we have our bullet guide here, and you want this part facing downward and your big end towards the muzzle. And before you drop it, we have this other piece that slides in there. You want to put this piece in there carefully, and there's a slot. So now we should be able to drop it and put our pin in. It goes from this side. So now we can put our spring back in, and you want it facing upward like so. You might have to put your little magazine guide up a tad. Slides in the notch. All right, now that we got our spring back in, we can go ahead and install our stock. The front of it will slide in first right here. You just press down. It should be easy. Same with the trigger assembly, really easy. Put it right in, slap it down. Should hear the click. Should be good to go. M1 Garand's ready to rock and roll. Make sure it fires. It's empty, of course. There you go.